family. This is C7, the HOA Homesteader, with a update on my Worm Factory 360. In the last video I put out when I purchased it, and I put it together, set it up, and I went out and I purchased some worms. And here in my local area, the guy, he didn't sell them by the numbers. He actually sold them by weight. So I bought a half a pound of worms, brought them back home. I placed them in the Worm Factory. And the first night, I did keep them in the house. And then around in a dark room. And I got up that night and went into that room, the same room where I keep my desktop. And I was working on some stuff, 2, 3 in the morning. And I noticed something crawling across the floor. Yes, it was a worm. And then as I started looking, really moving stuff around, I found almost 10 of them had crawled out that very first night. So after I gathered them back all up together and put them back into the Worm Factory, from that point, I decided to keep them out on my patio. And that's where they stayed until a couple days ago. And out on the patio, I think the very next night or 2 nights, a few got out, like 4 or 5 had gotten out. So then I went back to the little booklet and I remembered, and once I looked at it, I remembered it did say the first couple of nights, shine a light on it. So I did that, put a light directly on it at nighttime. And what that does is makes the worms think the sun is out. So they'll stay burrowed into the dirt and they won't look to come out at night. Because the worms I purchased is like a little bit between a small red wiggler and a night crawler. It's like a medium size or a small size night crawler. So night crawlers are named night crawlers for a reason. They like to crawl at night. The red wigglers are known to stay inside. But because I live down in zone 10A, I was concerned about the heat of purchasing red wigglers online from someone up north or somewhere else other than Florida. So that's why I went with a local person and purchased my worms here. Now, as I fed them, I noticed that either they weren't eating the food or the food was just decomposing inside the Worm Factory. But I could tell that the numbers seemed like every time I checked in there was going down, going down, going down. Then occasionally I still would find some outside of the Worm Factory, dried up underground. The heat was just unbearable. So one of the other things in the booklet said, if you live in a hot area, such as I do, then keep them on the north side of your house and in a shaded area if you can. So this was like the best spot that I could find for them in my house, north side, and I got this shed blocking some of most of the day until the sun comes all the way completely over to the west. Then that's when some heat kind of gets onto the box. However, when I put it out here, I probably had less than 1/3 of the worms that I started with. And I came out to feed them, check on them, open it up, move my little paper out of the way, got the stirring around, and I couldn't find any movement in here. So for me, my first batch of worms was not successful. I believe it's just too doggone hot down here. So if I continue to use this, it's going to have to be indoors, which I think I might do. I just know now I need to shine a light on them to keep them in there at night, so they don't come out and I catch them crawling all over the floor. Because if they start crawling out of the box in the house, you know, that might be a problem. But I do want to get this going. So I think I'm really gonna go out and actually purchase another ½ pound of worms and give it another shot. And that's my update. Sorry to say it wasn't successful for me, but it doesn't discourage me from trying again. And this has been C7 with my Worm Factory 360 update. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for visiting my channel, and stay tuned, because today is June 1st. It is like the official day of start of hurricane season, so to speak. And I got some stuff that I want to discuss and show how I'm preparing for emergency situations here in my homestead. All right, guys, have a great day. See you later. Oh, and just because you may live in a HOA doesn't mean that you cannot grow food.